It was interesting. The emotional response when you selected me, when I put up my hand, there was a knowing it was going to be me. When you pointed at me, there was this like, no, it can't be true.
Well, that just means there's more practice to be done with finding the emotion and then trusting the inevitable response.
Yeah, thank you.
You see?
Yeah.
That really is a good, important piece of this. Because after a while, you're going to show yourself that when you find the emotion, good stuff follows. And you're going to say, you're going to stop saying, whoa.
Thank you. And it feels like people have been asking my questions or leading to a clarification of my questions. For a few months, I've been feeling that something wants to change, and early on it was driving me crazy that I didn't know what. Because I love my work, I'm very good at it. It doesn't need to change, so what's needing to change? Then I got happy with not knowing where, what shape the change was going to take, and got into how it would feel when it would be different. So when you started about...
And give us a piece of that.
Expansive. When the question came up of why do you want it, all of a sudden it got clear to me, I am doing what I'm doing here because that's what I came here to do. Because I knew how expansive it could feel, how expansively it could bring the message into the world of okayness, of
rightness, well-being.
Rightness, well-being, yes. Connection also.
Source, flowing in the moment. Worthiness. That's the big one.
Worthiness.
That worthiness is a loaded word for most people.
Yeah.
And even when we use it, we run the risk of activating a vibration within them that makes them not hear what we really mean by it. But what worthiness, what the feeling of worthiness really is complete resonance with source. So you're feeling about whatever you're focused upon the way source feels about it. Most people, when they think of the word worthy, think that it's all pointed at them. Does source like me? Am I likable? Am I good? But the feeling of worthiness means whatever you're looking at, you're in agreement with source. So when you are truly in your expanded worthiness, you're looking at government the way source does. You're looking at medicine the way source does. You're looking at economy and ecology and other people. You're looking at the irritating person who turned on the fire alarm in the middle of a meeting. And you're feeling all right about it because it was no big deal. It gave us something fun to talk about. It was demonstratable. It was. You see what we're getting at?
Yeah. When you mentioned worthiness, I had like a tingling sensation in my face. It's like, yes, it is part of the message that I came here to deliver, and not just out there, but in here.
Oh, it's not and you're right on it. We didn't mean that it's part of the message for you to teach.
That's right.
We meant it's necessary for you to feel it before you can teach what you came to teach.
Yeah. And the reason why what I do doesn't have to change is the thing that simply got to go is not allowing myself...
We have to stop you here.
Yeah?
What you do does have to change because everything must become more.
Yes.
But what you're trying to say is you don't have to figure out how to make it change. You just have to get into that place, that emotional manifested place of alignment and the inevitable change, the perfect change, which includes all of the components that you've been incrementally put into the vortex will happen, and you will recognize it as it happens, as what you've intended.
Yeah. What I've been
Did you get that? That was really big. That was really, really big.
I'm getting the recording so I can work with it again. Yes. Yeah. What I put in my vortex is to deliver this message fully, and that is big. And what I've been dealing with for a few years, and that's why worthiness is so important, is I'm already too big for some people around me, and that's just too bad for them. That's the thing that I feel when the emotion is there of it's moving to a bigger place.
In an understanding of true resonance with who you are.
Yeah.
This is how that statement comes out. Not my job to figure out the details of who's ready for me.
Right.
Only my job to be in perfect resonance with that which I am. And law of attraction will sort out the details, and they will be perfect. And if you really want to get specific, and it's going to be way fun along the way. Way fun. It's so fun to feel who's ready and who's not for you. But it's not for you to adjust your readiness. It's not for you to adjust it's not for you to make the adjustment.
Right.
That's it. It's like, here we stand in your vortex, beaming a signal that you can find resonance with if you care about how you feel enough. But if you should not find resonance, we don't come looking for you, because we know that you can find us, and if we come out, then there's nothing for you to find. And that's the way you want to feel about your work. You find the resonance and let those who are ready for you find you. You don't assert your knowing. You don't assert your clarity. You don't assert your knowledge. You don't change the world. That's why you keep saying it feels like it doesn't feel like change. Right. And what you're trying to articulate is, it feels like I just stand here in my wholeness and in my full resonance with who I am. And as I revel in that, the changes will make their way to me, and I will recognize them as I see them. You see, this is interesting, because we've been talking to you about deliberate creation. And deliberate creation sounds like, I know what I don't want, I know what I do want, I'll set a goal, I'll identify a timeline, I'll line up with that, which all sounds well and good. It just does not work.
Right.
Because in your awareness of what you want that you don't have, there's a resistance in your awareness that you don't have it that prevents it from coming. Keeps holding you in that place where you keep trying and trying and trying, but you keep being disappointed because it doesn't come. It isn't until you make peace. People use words like surrender, make peace with where you are. And we're giving you the next piece about making peace, because it's one thing to surrender, to make peace with where you are, and it's another thing to add to that, the reason I can make peace with where I am is because I have the ability to feel good where I am anyway.
Right.
And when you find that emotional place, and that emotion becomes the manifestation that you're looking for, then in that lack of resistance, in that absence of anxiety, in that complete allowing of who you are, now you're resonant with all of the cooperative components that have been there all along. But you are now a cooperative component. And as you become a cooperative component, then you keep having these experiences, exposure to these experiences. Yes.
My experience has been, I've been getting happier as I've dropped the concept that conscious creation needed to mean I knew where it was going. You know, when you talked about being general this morning.
So let's make that statement stronger. I don't need to know where I'm going. I just need to know why I'm going.
Yes.
And why? Why? Because it feels good. Yeah. Why? Because it feels good. Why am I going? Why am I going? Why do I want more money? Because it would be way fun to have that freedom. Why do I want a delicious relationship? Because I love being in love. Why? Why do I want whatever it is that I want? Why do I want it? Why do I want it? That question, not where, not how, not when, but why, will lead you to the emotion that will allow it. Really good. Further back? Yes. So how are you? You got some pieces today that work for you, didn't you?